Let's discuss the concept of book distribution.
So this is very interesting question to start with actually. Here, for some Children's Day celebrations, the school decided to make the student read the books, it seems. So to increase the reading habit, the teacher decided to exchange the books of students every week so that the students will get to read a different book. Okay. So she wants to know how many possible exchanges are possible. If they have 4 books and 4 students, then the total number of possible exchanges are 9. And input would be like the number of books and the number of students. And you will have to get the total number of possibilities. So here there will be only single input and the output is also single number. So BI is the book of ith student, and after exchange he should not get the same book. So he should get a different book other than BI, right? So for example, if there are 4 books and 4 students, then the possible arrangements are like this. So first state of exchange before the books. First state before exchange of books. So this one B1, B2, B3, B4, and after that he will take B2, B1, B4, B3. And then B2, this B3 can be changed. So find the total number of possible exchanges if the books are exchanged, so that every student will receive a different book is the question. So here if you look at the question, we have some 10 combinations of how the books can be arranged, right? So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the combination that is given in the question itself. So first state before exchange of books. So it can be present in either of the form. By the end, the student should not get the same book. Say for example, first student will not get B1 again. You understood? So that is how we will have to take the question. Constraints. So n value, that is the number of books and the number of students, are both going to be the same here. It can vary from 1 to I guess 10 lakhs, right? So the input contains only one value, say again, indicates the number of books and the number of students, and the output should be the answer modulo this value. Why we are doing it with this value is because you might end up with a lot of combinations. So the answer should be means divided by this number, and the remainder has to be produced as the answer. Now, with this understanding, let's go deep into finding the logic of how to go about it. So, assume there is only one book. Okay. So, if there are only one book, is it possible for us to swap? So, the output is nothing but the number of swaps that are possible. So, if there is only one book and one student, there is no swap at all. So, it would be 0. If there are 2 books, then you can swap it, right? So, first student will get one more book. So, I have written the output as 1 over here. If there are 3 books, first initial arrangement, the student might have 1, and later he can have 2 more books. So, the output would be like 2. So, 2 swaps are possible. If there are 4 books, now this I took it from the sample input. So, sample input says that if there are 4 books, the combinations possible are 9, right? So, how to end up answering this type of question? So, if you are fresher, then you will obviously start Googling how this happens. That would be better. Or if you are already exposed to this type of questions, you will end up finding the combinations of this, right? Yes, so if you do the combinations of things, then what will happen is, you will end up with putting a lot of coding. Rather, we have a concept called as dearrangements. So, dearrangements, I'll explain you what is the concept. So, this entire question is framed with the concept of dearrangements. So, what I would suggest from this point is, whenever you get the question in TCS, you start Googling the concept so that you can understand if there are any predefined concept for the given question. So, you know that the question is very lengthy. That means obviously the answer is going to be very easy with that you can finish it with single equations or something like that. Now let's discuss what is the concept of dearrangement and how to apply the same in the question. So here we have 4 books, is it? So initially assume it is arranged in to the students A, B, C, D. And now I'm trying to change it to A, B, D, Z. So first swapping is occurring between the last 2 students. And then you can swap it between middle 2 students, and then you can swap between first 2 students and so on. So this keep happening. Here, the red color things tell us that it's already been given to the same student. So for example, A, B, C, D is the initial position. In second time you have A, B, right? So this means A is something which is already present in the position. So you can't keep A over here. So all the red color marks say that this value has been already present in this position. So you can't take it. Now all these blue color marks, right? So all these blue color marks says that this is a combination without any prior arrangement. So for 4 values, if you can count the blue color marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So there are totally 9 arrangements which is entirely different from what has been arranged previously. So in any of the 9 arrangements, you can never find A in its first position itself. Similarly, in any of the 9 arrangements, you can never find B in its second position. You understood? So we will have to calculate this total number of arrangements where the same value is not repeated in its same position with which has the initial place. So this can be done with the formula. So if you simply Google the concept of derangement, you will end up with a formula. Say, for example, if I am taking derangement of 1. Okay, so derangement of 1 is equal to 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So if I try to make the derangement of 1, it is actually equal to 0. This we have already discussed logically as well. Now let's try to find out derangement of 2. I'll just write as D. Okay, so derangement of 2 is equal to 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1, into derangement of 1 is 0 plus derangement of 0 is 1. So guys, actually derangement is nothing but taking the factorial, or we call it as soft factorial. So take a factorial of 0 is 1, right? So I'm just writing as a derangement of 0 as 1, which is already predefined. So you will end up with the value 1 into 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. So derangement of 2 is 1, that is also already defined. And now let's try to find out the value of derangement of 3. Right? So what is derangement of 3? Again, if I put it in the same equation, n minus 2 would be equal to 2 into derangement of 2. So derangement of 2, just now we found out that is equal to 1. And derangement of 1 is equal to 0. So my answer is 2. Right? So derangement of 3 is equal to 2. And similarly, if I try to find out derangement of 4, it would be equal to, so we already know that the answer is 9, right? So let's try if you are getting it. So n minus 1 would be replaced as 3 into derangement of 3. So what is derangement of 3? It is equal to 2 plus derangement of derangement of 2, which is equal to 1. So I'll just add these things together. So 3 into 3, which is equal to 9, which is according to the given sample output. So I guess we can go with this formula. So once we have found this formula, the entire program becomes very easy. So I'm going to write the pseudocode for the same. Get the total number of books. Find the derangement using the formula. Derangement of n is equal to n into 1 into derangement of n minus 1 plus derangement of n minus 2. So this is very similar to the Fibonacci thing. So if you can relate this to Fibonacci, instead of DER, you will make it as F. F of n minus 1 plus F of n minus 2, right? So you will not have this part. Apart from that, so for example, Fibonacci of 3 is equal to Fibonacci of 2 plus Fibonacci of 1. Same such concept is being applied here. Since the value or the total number of combinations might be too large, you will have to apply the modulo according to the question. So in our question, we had some 8-9 digits number. So I'm going to apply the modulo in my coding part. That's it, guys. So you can crack this question within 2 minutes if you Google it and find the correct formula. So print the DER of n. Let's start the solution for distribute books problem. So we have already discussed the logic for the same. Here we have the question description, constraints, input, output and sample output as well, and some test cases as well. So my choice of preference is C++. You can go with any of your programming language, right? So let me start with the program long int n. So the reason why am I taking it as long int n is, as you can see, the n value can vary from 1 to 10 lakh, right? So I'm going to take it and check if n is greater than 0 and n is less than or equal to 10 lakh. So if that is the case, I'm going to call the function say fib. Why am I writing it as fib? Because it's very similar to Fibonacci. So the return type of Fibonacci fib is a long value. So I am just writing that. So inside that again declare a long int f of n plus 1. So this is my array size. So I am declaring an iterator long int I, and then I am declaring the variables f of 0 is equal to 1. Similarly, f of 1 is equal to 0, because if there is only one book you can't swap, and f of 2 is equal to 2. So sorry, f of 2 is equal to 1. So if there are 2 books, then you can swap once. Now it's time for us to apply the formula. Already you have found for 0, 1 and 2, right? So I'll start with 3. So for I is equal to 3, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. So what we'll have to calculate? F of I, right? So f of I is equal to, open bracket, I minus 1 into f of I minus 1 plus f of I minus 2. So I have closed this bracket and this bracket as well. So finally I am putting a modulo over here. So here 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 7, right? So here 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So please make sure that you are counting that many number of zeros. Yes, I have did it properly, I guess. So finally return f of n. Close the bracket. It's time for us to save and compile and check the answer. Okay, we have got an error. Okay, in 13th line I missed a semicolon, it seems. Yeah, right. Again, let's save and compile. Okay, so I'll just decrement the size. So as you can see, all the test cases are cleared with a simple formula like this. That's it, guys.
Hey YouTube, how are you doing? Stay tuned to Facebook for more awesome videos. Don't forget to subscribe.